We can start with the news. We can start with the current meta that everyone doesn't like is the Odin meta. It seems like everyone's running it now, either two Odins at least when they have the money for it for some reason. Do you want to explain to us why it's such a shit meta?
Well, with the current map pool, we got a lot of wall bangable areas, such as Corrode, which was even advertised to have a wall which can be wall banged in its
Yeah,
trailer,
that
if anyone
was in the
remembers.
trailer, right?
Yeah, which kind of baits the whole idea of abusing the gun on the map. But, with the current map pool, there's a lot of maps where the weapon can be abused, and I think now more than ever, people are starting to realize how stupid it is. I mean, you have 200 bullets or 100 bullet mag size. You can hold down M1 and be punished. There's no punishment for it. So, bit of a stupid weapon, and especially with the current metas and everything, it's getting played a lot. You've seen it in games such as the Sentinels game versus NRG, where Brock absolutely dismantled Sentinels. You saw it then later in the grand finals as well. But G2 came on top, thankfully. Recently, you see it in Core versus TSM, in Map 5, again on Corrode, and they even won the grand finals against Envy. So, it's kind of busted.
Now,
Yeah.
do you think it's more of a problem with the gun, or do you think it's a problem with the maps? Because like we saw in like Ascent, this was like a couple of patches ago, right? They patched that wall where like everyone was spamming, where like the meta on Ascent
Yeah.
was just Sova shot
That's in B main.
and then yeah, B main. So like, do you think that they just have to like solidify the walls? Because Valorant seems like the maps are made of fucking paper mache or some shit. Like,
I do think that the wallbang damage should be reduced in Valorant. But I do also think that it's a massive problem with the Odin because, as I said, there's no punishment for using the gun. It's free. And
Mhm.
honestly, I can also sit down on one spot and just hold down M1 for half the round and get kills too. Like, it's not really much skill required there.
Mhm.
But in general, I think that the weapon just needs a huge rework. I was like talking to a few friends about this, something like an overheat mechanic where you get punished for holding down M1 too long, where it eventually goes on cooldown, or something like even a wind up. Like it starts off slow and eventually gets up to max speed because you can even hip fire the thing and it's still busted as hell. So
Very accurate.
something needs to change.
Yeah, I've noticed it's very accurate even on hipfire because I know a lot of people scoop in, but for even on hipfire, it's super accurate. It's like more accurate than it should be. And again, it's like 100 bullets. You get to just hold M1. You kill one person, and then even if the other one tries to swing already, you're just holding it down already. And
You get like a headshot and it's over.
All of a
I
sudden,
think we
four
saw
people
that
are
like a
dead.
few times during challengers too. I think we saw that a few times where people were just like, you just kill one person, and then the other person tries to swing, and you're still unloading. You still got another 50 bullets. You're just unloading. Again, I do believe that the map. It's also I think it's also a map issue also because everything is wall bangable. Like if everything is wall bangable, then what the guns like the bulldog is obsolete. Like why do you use a gun like a bulldog? Why do you use a gun like the Spectre? Like those guns become obsolete and nobody really starts using them anymore. It's more like the Guardian, Op, Odin, Ares, like those kind of guns more than anything. It is kind of annoying. It's not the worst. I mean, it's not the worst meta we've ever had. It's kind of shit, but it's not the worst meta Valorant has ever had. I think for the most
Not
part.
the worst, but I do think we are at one of the most unfun points in Valorant in terms of both watching and playing.
Mhm.
Yeah, I would agree so on that. I think it's quite interesting because we've always had I think this is like the first time we've ever had this kind of issue. We've always had like agents who were like busted when like first came out or Astron release. Like they were super broken. I do remember there was a week. I think this was for a week where the Ares was super cheap and it was super strong and everybody fucking used it. It was
Yeah, I
for
remember
1
that.
week. I remember that, and it was good. And also, what was it? It was light armor frenzy meta, where
That's-
nobody bought any util. It
that
was
was
light
peak.
armor frenzy, and everyone just full
Just
gun
full
plays,
sentiment.
which by the way was a good meta. I don't think that was a bad meta at all. It was just like fuck it, let's see who just can shoot better at that point. You know?
Yeah. I mean, it is a like a shooter game. The fact that something like the Odin can be abused, just how like spraying down an angle for like 15 seconds, is kind of
Mhm.
Yeah, it's a bit unfair, I think, for that part. It's but I think the issue is also I don't think they're gonna patch it just because Champions is in what 3 weeks, 2 weeks
Less than that. It's on the 12th.
on the
So
12th
7 days.
actually. Never mind, that's that's
Yeah,
under
8
2 weeks.
days.
So there's no way they're coming out with a patch to nerf any guns or
Uh,
nerf any agents. So we're kind of stuck with this patch till post
Odin
Champions.
meta champions.
Yeah. I know there's
NRG might have a chance.
ground. Huh?
NRG might have a chance to win it.
Oh yeah, NRG might win that if that's the case. Because I know there's Red Bull Homeground in November. That's in New York,
Yeah.
and that's also a big event also. So I think they might be coming out with a patch before then. Hopefully
so.
soon. But yeah, no, that's a big event. That's gonna be it. But I think for now, I think kind of fans and players kind of have to suck it up and just allow that to happen. They can't really do much. I think they just have to scrim with it and then do all that. I believe also, I think wasn't it Abyss that was supposed to come back?
Yes.
When was that? Do you know when that patch was supposed to come out?
I don't actually remember.
It was supposed to be soon. I know that, but I don't think it was going to be added to Champions, if I'm not mistaken. I know it wasn't going to be added to Champions.
I
So
don't
like,
think so.
I think with the current patch,
the current map pool.
yeah, with the current map pool and the current patch, we're kind of. I think all teams are going to be stuck with that till till Champions, or even if they come out with a patch. I think client-wise, their client's going to be that current Champions or that current patch right now. But again, I think the Odin patch is it's silly. It's an easy fix, but I think it's just depending on when they're going to want to fix it.
Is it really an easy fix though?
I mean,
Like
what
it's
else can you
either
do?
like Sadek said, like you could nerf the gun, like give it like an overheat or something like that. But it's still like there's still like a wall bang problem, you know? Like do you just like make everything thicker, or do you just like
Maybe
I mean,
just make
reduce the
gun
wall
weaker.
bang damage, I think. Just reduce
can
wall bang
reduce-
damage.
yeah.
Yeah, reduced wall bang damage would actually be a huge factor because that's like half the problem. If you remove
Yeah.
that, then okay, that's good. I don't think so. The bullet needs to be changed, like the number of bullets. Just keep it how it is.
Nah.
I think just because it's because the wall. If you're gonna make everything thin, at least just lower the wall damage on it. I think that should be the thing about it. Again, I think there's a few ways to fix it. It just depends on which way Riot wants to go, and I think any way works. You want to nerf the bullets. You want to nerf the wall damage. You want to make every wall thicker. Like it's really up to any of those changes would be fine. Again, it depends on like which route Riot takes, or it could be all three. Who knows? They could just really gut that gun.
I mean, I just want to see something.
Yeah, it's something better than nothing.
Anything different.
Anything would be nice.
Exactly.
So Zedek said that this is like one of the most unfun metas to play in and watch. Do you think that there's like a worse meta than what's currently there right now, or do you think this is the bottom?
Do I think that there's a worse meta?
Like, has there been a worse meta? Like for me, if I were to pick, I would say when Astra came out, because I hated how slow you had to play the fucking game when she was added. Like it just completely felt like it changed the way the game was played.
For me, there's two things that are fun to watch in Valorant, right? Which I'm a Valorant nerd, so I like watching good strategy, mid-rounding, whatever. That's something I still feel like during the Astra meta you saw, because you were forced to play slower. So there was thinking involved during the rounds. And then with the Chamber meta, like as busted as Chamber was, you still needed to have mechanical talent to be able to play Agent. So my thing with the Odin is you need neither.
Yeah.
So like a combination of like mechanical skill makes it fun to watch, and then like having some sort of interesting strategy. But you just have Unga Bunga. I mean, I guess some sort of Unga Bunga can be fun, but not if it's like holding corner with M1.
Yeah, it's just like there's no fun to it. At least with Chamber meta, I think also that's why I didn't mind the Chamber meta, because you at least have to do like you have to be somewhat skilled with to be on Chamber. I feel like it. So like you were like if you were a good aimer, that means you were good with the character. If you were shit at aiming, the character was not good. I think that like that or like Astra, like you have to be more precise and more like smart with where you place your stars. I would feel like. I feel like when they nerfed her a little too hard. I feel like maybe just remove like I don't know, just making it cooldown or keeping it 5 stars or like I know it's now 4 stars. or they brought it back to 5 stars if I'm not mistaken.
It's back to
been a
5
minute.
stars, I'm pretty sure.
It's
Yeah.
back to 5 stars. Well, I think she's in a perfect spot right now. I think Astra's
Right now, she's really good. If you know how to play Astra, she's really powerful. If you look at the pro players like Boaster, who's one of the best Astra players in the world, I believe,
Yeah.
like you can do a lot with that agent.
Like maximize utility usage.
Yeah. I think it's but yeah, I think that's pretty good. We can talk about challengers. Unfortunately, sad news, guys. We won't be going to Brazil.
We got so close. So
we were
close.
close. We were fucking
a couple
close.
rounds away from being in Brazil.
There was a few rounds in map 2 and 3. I think that's the ones we lost, and 4 and 5. 2, 3, and 5 was the maps we lost. 2 and 3, there was moments where we were just like, I don't know. It's also the fact that we won 0 and 8 in pistols before we started winning a pistol round. That actually, I feel like, had a big fucking matter.
Yeah,
It's wild. We really went 0 and 8 in pistols. The first 8 pistols, we went 0 and 8, and then we finally started winning a pistol.
And then I won pistols and they brought out the Odins. 2 of them.
Yeah. On defense, they had 2 Odins and an op, which it was like, all right, how the fuck do you counter that at that point? You know?
Peak
but I think
gameplay.
Yeah, unfortunately, so we're not in. So the 3 teams that are in are NV, TSM, and Winthrop University. They are the first university team to ever be into Challengers Ascension. So congratulations to them. It's pretty interesting. I also saw a stat that if Hubert Academy weren't an academy team, they would be in Ascension also instead of Winthrop. So yeah, I think just it's pretty interesting because of Riot's rulebook. Academy teams do not ascend.
Oh.
Yep.
So academy teams don't ascend. So you see, I think the Leviathan has an academy team. They don't ascend. Qbert has an academy team. They don't ascend. I think there is one more. I think there's another South American or Brazilian team that's academy also. Academy teams don't ascend. They're just playing for the love of the game, or just they're playing to be scouted by tier 1 teams. That's the whole point of academy. And just basically grow the main org's brand, or if any of the main org wants to pick up any of the academy players, they can do so right away. It's an easier process. But yeah, I think I think just challengers. This stage looked really fun. We were close. There was a lot of things. I think this year overall core did pretty well. I think we did a lot better than last year. When it comes to that. There's a big plans. I know Leo said in 2027, so not next year, but after next year, there's gonna be a lot of changes to tier 2, or just tier 1 in general. So I know the contract for tier 1 ends next year. So next year would be the last year for franchising contracts.
Thank God.
There are some rumors that I've been hearing. I
Honestly.
think one of the rumors is a lot of tier 1 orgs, hopefully Furia, is getting kicked out. Fuck that org. They are so shit. It pissed me off.
Like that.
Well, they piss me off how bad they are. They piss me the fuck off. There's no way. I said there's like 6 tier 2 teams that can do better than Furia in tier 1, and it pisses me off that they got a spot.
Honestly, if you've been watching VCT throughout this year, I think the main takeaway should be how much tier 2 talent there is. If you look at some of the top players from this year, you have Kayak, you have Sato, you have Okeanos, you have Lowen and BBL, you have Cass who saved 100 Thieves. Like, honestly, a lot of the people who were in the GOAT conversation are not there anymore.
Yeah. It's kind of insane because now it shows like, hey, like there are talents in tier 2. And I think honestly, like you can pick up like there's like 15, 20 players in tier 2 that you can name right now that could be in tier 1. Like, you can put all of Envy, all of Qbert. Bias aside, I do think anybody on core can be on tier 1. All of them played amazing. There's like a lot of players that you can name that can be on tier 1. A lot of the TSM guys also can be in tier 1. It's just a lot of talents, but also it's just the fact that it's very hard to be sustainable in tier 2, unfortunately. That is also the issue, because without org support, it is hard for these players to shine and get their lights in. So to be being a free agent team in tier 2 is kind of hard to just be picked up like that, unless you're super cracked and you're genuinely carrying the shit out of your free agent team. It doesn't really matter. It is just hopefully. I think that now, with that being said, I think it's also hard now. We got to see, because now there's also rumors that if TSM does not qualify, they are actually leaving tier 2.
Really?
Or leaving Valorant as a whole. Is news that I saw on Twitter. He's a reliable leaker. He's been leaking a lot of stuff. So that's a news. Do we know how true that is? No. We'll see it if TSM either gets out of Ascension or they qualify for Tier 1. So we'll see on that. But I don't see anybody else in North America winning. I think Envy is just head and shoulders above everybody else. I know TSM beat them in finals, but I think Envy is still the better team, if I'm going to be honest with you. Envy overall is just a better team. I think they secured #1 seed, if I'm not mistaken, right? Even with points.
Yes,
even
I
though they
believe
lost.
so.
Yeah, they still secured the #1 seed in Ascension, so that's also a big, huge on them. But yeah, I think Challengers this year was a lot more interesting and a lot more entertaining than last year. There was a lot of underdog stories. There was a lot of teams that were just like that you didn't think were gonna be good, that were good. Like Winthrop was very fucking good. Maryville, I know they only came into this split, but they really got the ball rolling this split.
Maryville was insane.
Yeah, Maryville was.
I don't think anyone expected that of them.
Yeah, that team was super good. Again, Core met higher expectation. We weren't supposed to be this good this year, but look at us. Like, we were fucking amazing. We got top 3. We got top 3 in fucking stage 3 challengers. So like, it was really fucking good. It's very interesting. I do really hope a lot of these orgs stay in challengers. I feel like it could only get better. It can only get better, you know. Especially with Leo. He did say he was gonna help Tier 2 a lot for the 2027 season. I feel like hopefully orgs can stay for one more year just to really just. I know it's a lot of money. I know a lot of orgs burn through a lot of money for Tier 2 because no orgs are making money. I don't think so. I think maybe QORcast is the only org that's really making money out of this. But I think minus that, nobody's really. It's really hard to. So I really do think that they should invest at least one more year. I do think so.
That's the thing. Even for teams like QBert, I don't know if you heard that Rob Moore interview, but the way that they make the money out of their QBert Academy team is also just through merch, like selling the QBert plushie or the t-shirts, the jerseys. So, you know, teams without that kind of clout or following, it's very hard for them to make any profit out of it.
100%. I think, that's again, it's just Tier 2 as a whole. It's just really hard because the also issue is everything's online. It's not a LAN event. So that's also like, it's hard to put to get those hype moments, to get those clips and all that stuff. Just get that real presence in it. It's very hard. And again, it's too early to tell because last year was Knights, and then this year was Liga Ace. So we don't even know who the organizers are going to be next year. I think Liga Ace for the most part were a pretty good org, or for organization or TO team.
Better than Knights.
Yeah, they were much better than Knights. So I hope they stay for another year. They were really fucking good. They had a rocky start, I do have to say, with a lot of issues. I think when Envy first got picked up, they didn't change their names for like a playoff for some reason. But then after that, they changed their name even though they got picked up. It was a weird situation. But hey, it's still good. Like they fixed themselves up and they're really, really good. I think they should stay for another TO. But I think overall Challengers was really good this year. Unfortunately, we couldn't even make another shot. It is what it is. We're 0 for 2 in Challengers, but maybe we'll see what we can do next year.
I mean, we've gotten better each year. Like last year, we didn't even make playoffs, and this time we almost qualified. So I mean, like,
we got top 4.
They're only getting better.
Yeah, we got top 4. Minus QBert, we would get top 4. Yeah. I mean, hey, who knows? We'll see what happens next year. But yeah, that's all the Valorant news. I think overall. Yeah, we'll see. Champions is in 2 weeks. Yeah, the 12th. So this is the 4th we're recording. So in about 2 weeks.
Like 8 days.
8 days, yeah. So maybe by the time the next episode drops, we'll have our champions will already be starting. We do have a few core news. First one, of course, the ones we've been talking about. Unfortunately, we're officially out of Valorant. So for Valorant, we're officially done for the season. We'll be back next year. I think if it's the same schedule, we'll be back in January. But as of right now, we are officially done for the season. Apex, the Apex boys are playing their second week of ALGS. Last week, they got 9 points, or 9th place. So with that being said, they still secure top 10. I think for ALGS bracket to keep qualifying, I think for also qualify for LANs and stuff, you have to maintain top 10. I could be wrong, but just to double check on that. But yeah, support the boys. They did really well for the most part. They're super crack team, Australian guys. But yeah, they're pretty sick people. We've been talking to them. They seem really cool. They're very down to earth, very sick human beings. So really go on and cheer them out. If you're in the East Coast, it is at midnight the time. So if you're in the East Coast, it's like at midnight the matches for core Apex boys. But if you're in the West Coast, that would be about 9 p.m. And yeah, you guys do the math for the other timestamp. So I'm not I'm not doing all that. Also, another one is the R6 boys. They're in grand finals for the Skyline Community Gaming League with a rematch with the old Hakiki Mori team. So they're currently playing right now is that they're currently playing in the grand finals for that. I am not sure if this is being streamed. I think it is, because the the tournament hasn't been really streamed much. But I'm pretty sure in grand finals it is being streamed. So go support the boys. If you have any news, if you want to catch up on anything, go to QORgaming.com on Twitter. And if you want to check out any merch, go to QORgaming.com/shop. And that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Goodbye.